Welcome to Satan is My Superhero. In this episode, we stroll down the corridors of power in high heels, paint the White House pink, and take up residence in the OVARY Office.
Oh dear. Mom, Dad's doing his faux misogyny that just comes off as actual misogyny again.
Let us start at the beginning. For women attempting to enter the White House via the Electoral College instead of...
I'll just stop you right there. Are you about to say instead of being someone's wife or sleeping their way there?
No.
What were you going to say then?
A different thing?
So let's go back to 1872, where magazine Harpers Weekly published a full-page cartoon lampooning free love advocate Victoria Woodhull. In this cartoon, Woodhull is depicted with demon wings holding a placard which reads, "Be saved by free love." Behind Demon Woodhull, a woman walks away carrying a drunken man and a child on her back while carrying an infant. The caption reads,
I'd rather travel the hardest path of matrimony than follow in your footsteps.
The cartoon is titled,
"Get thee behind me, Mrs. Satan."
I don't get it. Is the woman tied to the drunkard winning?
In your face, Woodhull. At least I've got a husband.
"Bitch, please. I've had 3. Honestly, I don't really know what they're trying to say, but the whole Satan title was our way into this story.
Who is Victoria Woodhull?
Well, as well as famously advocating for free love and likening marriage to slavery, Woodhull was a successful stockbroker.
Oh, so she actually was evil.
She was also a successful publisher, and despite her obvious capitalist leanings, was the first to publish Marx and Engels in the US. I thought it was German gay porn. She was also a spiritualist grifter who claimed to be guided by ancient Greek orator and statesman Demosthenes. Oh, for fuck's sake.
What is your spiritual guide saying?
I don't know. It's all Greek to me.
Sorry for the dad jokes.
Satan is My Superhero takes no responsibility for any cringing you may have experienced during that dad joke.
Dad joke, yeah.
Woodhull was influential in the suffragette movement. In 1872, she was the first woman to ever run for president of the USA.
How is that even possible? Surely her boobs would get in the way.
She nominated the much-respected escaped slave and abolition leader Fredrick Douglass as her vice president running mate. Although there is no evidence Douglass was ever actually made aware of this.
Anything in the newspaper today, Anna?
President Grant signed the Amnesty Act. The Equal Rights Party has nominated you as their vice presidential candidate. A British garrison was attacked in Honduras.
Wait, what?
A British garrison was attacked in Honduras.
No, before that.
President Grant signed the Amnesty Act.
Seriously, Anna?
It's also kind of hard to say just how seriously Woodhull took the whole bid herself. She was only 34 years old at the time, so regardless of your genitals, she was already ineligible to run.
I swear, Your Honour, she told me she was 21.
But the fear of this woman potentially coming to power casts an even more profound shadow today than we might even realise at first glance.
It's those enormous skirts and hats they wore. That's what makes her shadow so big.
For reasons never revealed by the players involved, just days before the election, Woodhull published a story in her newspaper about the extramarital affair of one of her critics.
Ooh, juicy.
Gossip and innuendo.
The article was not particularly lurid with explicit imagery. Shame. But it did mention sexual liaisons.
Think of the children!
One Anthony, no middle name, Comstock, ordered a copy of the newspaper to be sent to him in the mail.
So far, so boring.
It may seem that way, but just let's go on a little tangent.
Baby, we're going on a tangent. Yeah, baby, it's a tangent.
Who is Anthony Comstock?
Did he invent computers in the stock market?
No, Comstock was the United States Postal Inspector.
I like reading other people's mail. I'm not the weirdo. You're the weirdo.
But before becoming a United States Postal Inspector, he had been a private serving in the Union Army during the Civil War.
Please don't call me private. It sounds like private parts, and I'm scared of those.
His experience had scarred him real bad. Not the combat, No, it was the profanity used by his fellow soldiers.
Jesus Christ! The Confederates just blew my goddamn leg off!
Corporal, language, please. There might be ladies about.
There's no ladies near this battlefield, Comstock.
Well, there might be some sensitive men who are repressing some pretty weird proclivities that could be set off by the slightest incitement. These men could be sitting on a volcano of unrequited urges and desires, doing their very best to hold back an untapped, swollen, near-bursting resource of craven perversion. Hypothetically.
Extermination time, bitches.
Comstock came away from that war with a burning desire to force his brand of Christian morality on all Americans. He called himself
a weeder in God's garden.
Is that why the gardener in TV shows is always called Jesus?
What? No. So, after Woodhull's saucy newspaper through the mail, Comstock then had Woodhull arrested for using the US Postal Service to distribute obscene material. Isn't that entrapment?
It would be if the trick were used to catch a wealthy white man in a crime.
Woodhull missed Election Day, sitting in a prison cell.
Boo.
But she was later acquitted of the charges and released. Yay!
That's nice.
Anthony Comstock was so enraged by the inability of the weak US law to carry out his hateful God's vengeance, he personally drafted new, tougher legislation. Hi, Anthony. Thanks for coming in. Just going through the first draft of your new legislation, and I felt it might be a good time to touch base.
Okay.
I'll just read the opening paragraph and let's see if you can spot where I might have some notes.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, dear Lord, please stop the urges. Oh, God, oh, God. Oh, God, I can't stop touching myself. Oh, sweet Jesus, the constant compulsion to rub it on soft furnishing informs my every move. And then the rest of the sentence seems to be smudged.
That's from all the tears.
Oh, right, that would explain why we can't read the last page at all.
No, that was something else.
And Congress adopted Comstock's legislation immediately.
Gentlemen, I don't think you fully appreciate how close we just came to installing tampon dispensers in the Oval Office.
You've heard of this law, the Comstock Act of 1873. Without going into all the boring details of it, for our purposes today, the Act can be used to stop the distribution of Mifepristone through the US mail.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
And this brings us right up to today, and how Victoria Woodhull's shadow still looms large. During the 2024 campaign, Trump's Project 2025 cronies promised to enforce the Comstock Act nationwide.
What are you doing?
I just found out about the Comstock Act, so I'm mailing out all my abortions just in case it gets enacted.
No, dummy, it's abortion pills. It's pills.
Oh.
How did you even...
You don't want to know. Woodhull's legacy is not just the Comstock Act, but she has provided a case study for effectively denying women power. Not what I was going for. In 2016, Trump said of Bernie Sanders bowing out of the Democrats' primary campaign and supporting Hillary Clinton,
"He would have been a hero, but he made a deal with the devil. She's the devil. He made a deal with the devil."
It is true, I do talk to Bernie almost every day. But it's only to make sure we don't wear the same outfit.
Not long after that statement in 2016, North Carolina-based polling firm Public Policy Polling asked 830 respondents,
Do you think Hillary Clinton is the devil or not?
Not helpful in an election year?
I'm only asking questions.
I don't think they were trying to be helpful.
Public policy polling? More like public policy trolling, am I right?
The same company found out only 19% of Republican voters thought Obama would be taken up to heaven in the Rapture.
I think 19% of their respondents lied about being Republicans.
They found 27% of Americans would support a tax on hipsters.
Oh, so not all the questions are stupid.
They also found 38% of Floridians believe Ted Cruz might be the Zodiac killer.
My lips are sealed. I swore an oath to Ted.
In 2020, the streaming radio show, the Upfront in the Prophetic radio show, hosted by Alan and Francine Fodsick, took a prayer call from a caller identifying as Jamie, who prayed,
Father, I am asking you that whatever plan they have to have Michelle or Hillary run for president, we call that cancelled in Jesus' name.
Jamie was clearly terrified a woman might run against Trump in 2020.
We'll have World War III if the seat in the Oval Office gets touched by a vulva. That's why Trump's got to grab them all. They're like Pokémons.
Oh, my Pokemon be shiny.
Well, you might think Jamie was terrified Trump could run against a woman. But listen to some more of the prayer.
And I am asking you, Father, that the true identity of Michelle/Michael would be exposed.
That's right, Jamie believed Michelle Obama may be a man.
I reckon if you tweeted that prayer out, you'd get a retweet from J.K. Rowling. Just saying.
This misgendering of the former First Lady has been going around in racist circles for a while. But it had been accelerated by Alex Jones.
I'm broke.
Who in 2017 said,
Michelle appears in photos and videos to have a very large penis in her pants. Her shoulders are wide. Her face is very, very masculine. She looks like a
transgender slur word.
Just remember, every time an image of you appears online, somewhere in a dark room, a Christian bigot is zooming in on your genitals. I actually don't mind. It's nice to know someone's paying attention.
I found another penis! Oh, wait, false alarm. It's just a sexy fold in the fabric. I mean, just a fold in the fabric. Just a normal, non-sexy fold in the fabric.
Way back in 2006, Republicans were somehow more ideologically sound, and they wittily called Nancy Pelosi Darth Nancy.
This will be a day long remembered. It has seen the end of McCain. It will soon see the end of the sane and reputable Republicans.
15 years later, those weak-willed, law-abiding conservatives had mostly been purged from the party.
But I don't want to be a Nazi.
Well, you better fuck off then.
January 6 of 2021, a mob of concerned citizens stormed the Capitol building hoping to lynch Nancy. They carried signs reading,
Pelosi is Satan.
Well, some of them spelled Pelusa as Saturn, but we got the gist.
So now, cutting to more recent times. During the 2024 election, Donald J. Trump endorsed the Republican Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson, in his bid for the governorship.
He's one of the good ones.
Trump claimed Robinson was
Martin Luther King on steroids.
I have a dream. No child should miss leg day.
During that election, Robinson's digital pass came to light.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Before entering politics, in 2017, he had jumped on the whole Michelle Obama is a man conspiracy theory and earning himself a slot in this episode, describing the First Lady as
an anti-American, abortion and gay marriage supporting liberal leftist elitist, and I'll be glad when he takes his boyfriend and leaves the White House.
Oh dear.
I swear a bulge where her sexy penis would be. I mean, just her normal, not sexy penis.
Robinson had come to prominence advocating for gun rights at a town hall meeting in 2018.
A gun feels good in your hands. Like a sexy penis. I mean, just a normal, non-sexy penis.
The GOP snapped him up and put him on the ticket in 2019 where he became lieutenant governor.
I can say whatever I want now.
Yay!
That's nice.
Saying of transgender women using female public bathrooms,
if you are confused, find a corner outside somewhere to go.
That kind of logic could backfire on him.
Dad, someone's pooping in our front lawn again.
Hey, what in the hell are you doing?
You said find a corner somewhere.
Are you even trans?
No, just confused.
Confused about being trans?
No, confused about which corner of your lawn is best for shitting on.
To earn himself that Trump endorsement, Robinson then went through the Conspiracy Theorist Handbook, ticking them all off one at a time, starting with Holocaust denial.
Come on, guys. It was all just an embarrassing accounting error, which is quite ironic if you think about it.
Robinson also says he won't be surprised if the moon landings were fake, 9/11 was an inside job, and agreed that Jews, Muslims, China, and the CIA were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yes, right-wing podcaster, I totally agree. Jews, Muslims, China, and the CIA are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Do I get my clown card now?
And proving just how far US politics has fallen from any sense of decorum, self-respect, or decency, the world simply ignored this openly elected bigot.
It's not like he's a Nazi.
Then in 2024, not long after Trump's endorsement, it was revealed Robinson had frequented the chat room of a porn site.
Who does that?
Where he made all the racist, homophobic comments we've come to know and love him for. He not only admitted to being a peeping Tom, but he also said,
I like watching
transgender slur word
on girl porn. That's fucking hot.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying the pornographic artistry of transgender performers, but it does bring some distasteful personal agenda shade to his demands we heard earlier for trans folks to
find a corner outside where I can watch. It makes the peeping tomfoolery easier.
And of course, Robinson most famously referred to himself as a
black Nazi.
USA! USA! USA!
Oh, he is a Nazi. Well, how are we supposed to know?
The next time you're in a chat room of a porn website,
who does that?
Why don't you recommend Satan is My Superhero to one of your new post-nut friends? They're there feeling a bit guilty, a bit ashamed, a bit disgusted in themselves, and wondering why a chick peeing on her brother's chest just isn't doing it for them anymore. So it's the perfect time to get them to listen to an episode. Share Satan is My Superhero with your wank friends today.
What can we take away from this episode? Christianity doesn't turn people into racist, homophobic misogynists. Racist, homophobic misogynists become Christians. And that's why Satan is my superhero. Thank you so much for listening. Rate, review, subscribe, all that podcast stuff. But most of all, please give us money.
Go to patreon.com/Satan is my superhero.
If you join our Patreon at the Third Circle of Hell, you'll receive access to exclusive content like this.
Did you hear me, Heinrich? I called her Satan.
Dad, I've decided to become a Christian.
But we raised you to be a good person.
Dear Timothy, oh, how I long to hold you in my arms and gaze into your brown eye. P.S. Girls have got...
I want to be the most hated person in the world.
Okay, that's a new one. What skills do you have?
I watch YouTube videos and TikToks at full volume when I'm on public transport, but I never wear my headphones.
Can I say you are a natural at this?
Thank you. You are too kind.
No, it's not that I don't want to hear your high-pitched, whiny voice. You just look the prettiest when your mouth's closed.
Okay, and I'll wear the shabby brown jacket on Tuesday. Cool, I think that's the week sorted. I'll talk to you later. No, you hang up first. No, you. Okay, I'll hang up. Here I go. Bye-bye, Bernie. Click. Oh, yes, I'm still here. I lied. I never hung up. Could you tell?
Did you see, Heinrich? I painted lederhosen on Zeus.
Oh, Klaus, you are so naughty.
Oh, close!